tutorial will give you some basic strategies for searching the library and information science databases we have at St. Kate's, including library, literature, and information science full text, and library, information science, and technology abstracts, also known as LISTA. First, let me show you how to get to these databases. From the library homepage, simply click on the Article Databases button, and from the Databases by Subject drop-down menu, scroll down to Library and Information Science, and this will bring you to a list of library and information science databases. And the two major ones you'll be using should be at the top here. So just click one of those. And a pretty convenient thing about the library and information science databases here at St. Kate's is they're both available through the vendor EBSCO, or the interface EBSCO. And so we can actually search them both at once. In order to do that, simply click on Choose Databases. You can see we have a lot of EBSCO databases here at St. Kate's, and then click on the other library science databases that you haven't selected. Now from here you'll see a search box which you could enter some simple search terms into, though most often you're going to want to use the advanced search option. The reason for this is it allows you to build more complex searches. So I'm going to start out simple with a search looking for articles about censorship in libraries. And I may also want to think about the role of librarians in terms of combating censorship, for instance. And so if that's the case, I would want to group libraries and librarian into the same search. And I would separate them with OR. And this will search for articles with censorship within the record and either one or both of these terms, libraries or librarians. So I'll click search, and from here you can see I have quite a few results, 5,279 to be exact. So my first step is I'll want to refine my search results a bit using the options on the side. Now, though it may be tempting to use this full text limiter, I'll caution you to maybe try doing your search without it first, and you'll see why in a minute. But oftentimes, since you're doing graduate level research, you're going to want to select scholarly peer-reviewed journal articles. And then more than likely, you'll want to limit to more current articles. Now, as I scroll through my results, I can see that my search terms, when they appear, are bolded, whether they're in the title of the article, in the subjects, or in the title of the publication in which the article appears. Once you find a title that looks intriguing to you, simply click on it. And this will give you more information about this particular item. Again, you'll see the different aspects of the record, including the title of the article, the authors, the source of the article, the subject tags, and oftentimes an abstract or short summary of the article. And again, you'll see your search terms bolded throughout. On the left-hand side, you'll either see a PDF full text button or a Find It button. If you see the PDF, go ahead and click that. That will give you access to the full article as it originally appeared when it was published. Once you've read the abstract and decided that this is a good article for you and your research, you have a few more options. You can print the article, download the article to PDF and perhaps save it onto your computer or a flash drive. You can email the article to yourself. You can grab citation information for an article. And I definitely recommend having a Google document open and grabbing these citations as you do your research, and it will really save you a lot of time later. If you're using a citation management system, you can use the export button to export this article into that system. And if you're just wanting to grab a link to the article, never grab it from up here in the browser window. Always grab the permalink, which is this little chain link button. Sometimes you'll come across articles that you're interested in, like this one. However, there is no PDF link. In these cases, do not click the linked full text, but rather click the Find It button. What this will do is look for the full text of that article in another one of our databases, or give you options to request it through interlibrary loan. So let's click that and see what happens. You should be brought to a screen that looks something like this, and you may have to sign in with your St. Kate's information. And in this case, unfortunately, we do not have access to this article and any of our databases or subscriptions, but I can request it through interlibrary loan using our ILLiad system. As you can see, if I discover an article through our database, it will fill out all the details about the article I need in this form in my interlibrary loan account, and all I have to do is submit request. And then I'll get an email when it's available as a PDF. Other times when I come across an article and click the Find It button, I'll be brought to a similar looking screen. However, under View Online, you'll notice that there is a database link listed here. This database link may vary, or there may be more than one link, but simply click that, and you should be brought to the full text of that article. It just happens to be in a different database. In this case, an education database. And then from there, you can download the PDF, get your citation, email it to yourself, etc. Now, when you start out searching on a topic that's new to you, you might start pretty broad. But as you notice all the different articles and information available on this topic, you may begin to narrow down. For instance, after looking through some of these results, I'm actually more interested in the relationship between censorship in libraries and LGBTQ materials. And you'll notice I have 365 results, and now I actually only have 6 results. Now this is a bit too narrow, but I can always expand my search by thinking of additional terms that get at the same concept and grouping them together in the different boxes. So for instance, I may want to put in some related terms to censorship, such as selection or collection development, or intellectual freedom. Let's see what this does to my search. So this did expand my search quite a bit. And what you'll come to find out is you often have to flexibly adjust to your results, either adding more terms with and in each of the boxes, and you can always add more boxes using the plus button, and this will continue to narrow your search, or to add terms within the box with or, which will expand your search. So you'll see there, when I added that last term, challenges, that seemed to be more of a term that is utilized in the library literature, and it greatly expanded my results. So again, your first search is never going to be your best search. So definitely, experiment and adjust to your results and try lots of different terms. So here are a few basic strategies for doing a search in the library science databases. For some additional advanced tips, check out our other tutorial. But if you get stuck, don't worry, there's always help right around the corner via the help section of our library website.